And we're back. Hello, and welcome, and hello. We're going back to kicking it old school tonight here. That is Jamie. I am JJ. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. That is correct. But just the two of us.
You and
I. So. Well, hello, welcome, hello. This is Total Spotfest. As you can see, we are sans Austin Reddick tonight. We do want to, there's a very good reason why. And ladies and gentlemen, join me in wishing one Mr. Austin Reddick a very happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Austin Reddick. Not only does he provide us much needed stashes of knowledge, he is an established wrestler. He's a great friend, good dude. Everybody needs to get onto his Twitter, get on here, wish him a happy birthday, let him know he is well loved. So take the time at Reddick Rules. Wish him a happy birthday.
Do it. Yes, and we wish you the happiest of birthdays, and soon to be an accomplished brewer of sorts. So everybody here might not know the story, but since he's not here, we're going to tell it. He got for Christmas a home brewing kit from his father-in-law and has been diving deep into the world of home brewing, to which, of course, Jamie and myself, mostly Jamie, have been providing him with a plethora of beer names for his eventually wrestling-themed beer brewery that will be released in the near future. We shall see.
Yes. And we've had some great names. I think we've talked about it on the show.
Did we? I have no idea if we talked about it. I can't even tell what's real and what's not anymore.
I barely remember earlier today.
It's that time of year. So yeah. With work and with personal lives and things going on. Yeah, this is just woo. But thank you guys for joining in for us. If this is your first time here, we do this every Wednesday. Usually there's another person with us, but if not, you got the old crew here, Jamie and myself. Hit that subscribe button down below. You hit the little bell icon to know when we go live. Spoiler, not just on Wednesdays. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And you can also give us a big thumbs up. It helps out quite a bit. Woo, boy, we are.
For sure.
So not only has it been busy time for us and everything, and I know you've been running around with maybe 2 hours of sleep for the past, I don't know how long. But this is the busy time for wrestling, Jamie. This is, I mean, we got sign pointing seasons in full effect.
Yes. I'm going to go with Chucky today.
I'm just going to point at Maki. I mean, why not? Sign pointing seasons in full effect. And AEW's got a plethora of pay-per-views coming up here, all in most noticeably. But before we get to that, we are just a couple days away from Dynasty, my man.
Dynasty is shaping up to be a banger. And
Shocker.
Last year was a banger. This year looks like it's going to be absolutely insane. And
you're from the company that only puts on banger pay-per-views. What?
I know. I mean, even when they dud, they still hit, but we have different levels of expectation,
True.
But, I mean, the storytelling right now is honestly on point. I really feel like AEW is kind of hitting a really good stride. I am ready for the Death Riders to be done. I think that's my number one thing right now. Other than that, I'm enjoying life when it comes to AEW.
Well, you have been ready for it for a long while. You and Austin both have been like at your peak for months now, right?
4 or 5 months, yeah. Last year, for sure. I think we were done last year.
So
right after it happened.
Now, interesting stuff that goes on with the story. So we're not going to open with what they opened with because I want to save that and talk about the beginning and the ending altogether at the end, okay?
That makes sense. So
they had quite a bit going on in the Death Riders angle as they went through the night, even that aside. I do want to start with what should have the first bill on our talk as we get to Dynamite. And no matter the town or city that you go to, there is one entity that transcends time and space, entertainment as a whole. And that is, of course, the timeless one. Timeless Toni Storm. Continuing on in her build-up for the Megan Bayne title match, which, okay. I mean, 50-50 booking at its best. Am I right here? We got Herm Patel and B Ford on TV. Very good match, but again, I'm just kind of like, why? Why again?
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun match. You knew how this was going to end. It did have the tongue biting bit, which I thought was nice. But at the end of the day, you knew 100% how this match was going to go. The only thing was there going to be interference or was there not going to be interference? That was the only question that you had. Because everybody knows on a go-home show, who usually stands tall loses. Well, since there was no interference and Megan Bayne came out and did a stare down afterwards, there's no real true standing tall, which was perfect, even though we already know Tony's taking it home on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. There's Megan Bayne, and I feel like she's, despite the chilly kind of like introduction, right? I feel like they've done a better job of, she's getting at least not over, but recognized better. I don't know how to say that. You know what I mean? She's getting a little bit better by the crowd, but again, there's not a chance in hell she's taking that title home. So
no way.
I don't
know. Freaking way.
Somebody who could take
I
the
would
title.
Be my flabbers would be gasted.
Your flabbers would be somebody who is potentially taking a title home on Sunday is Big Bill, Brian Keith. Okay, so you had a little promo where the Hurt Syndicate came out without Shelton Benjamin, delayed by weather, because there's the storm of this generation going on right now, or whatever the hell they're calling it. I don't know. Bobby Lashley, MVP, come out and are instantaneously interrupted by MVP. MVP basically does his pitch to Bob. MJF, yes. See, this is why we can't have the same.
I mean, Bobby even said the same thing. He's like, well, MV. It's like, nope. I mean, MJF.
They're too close. 3 letters. Anyway,
too close.
MJF comes out, does his pitch to Bobby. To which Bobby just kind of like, bah, who cares, right?
Yeah, as he should.
Do you care about this at all for MJF?
I think it's a good move for MJF. Do I think it is going to happen? Probably not. I think it could put them into a program together of Bobby and MJF, and I am excited about that possibility. But them siding together, I am not excited for. I'm just not. I just can't do her.
Well, and my whole thing when I look at this too is, I know that we're past the age where it needs to be clearly defined heels and faces. Okay, I understand that. Fine. Whatever. This just makes no sense to me on any level, though, right? They teased last week that they are talking about a fourth person anyway. We all have a very good idea who that's probably going to be, right?
Yeah, Shelton or War Daddy, it seems like, are the two options.
Yeah, exactly.
Cedric.
Yeah. Cedric or War Daddy, right? But and both of those totally fine, right? So it is a program with him and Bobby. It really does nothing. It really does nothing to me for either one of them, right? But then again, what do you do with MJF? Because you're obviously keeping him out of the title picture for a very good reason, because there's too many people that are there. He just muddies the field. I don't know. It feels like filler. And for the Hurt Syndicate more than anything, it's why I just kind of like, I'm over this whole MJF angle with them. I'm ready for them to move on to bigger things, like Big Bill and Brian Keith, who beat up on some local guys.
They did. It was quick too. Like I stepped out for like a minute and came back, and it was already almost over. I'm like, whoa, what just happened?
Yeah. Quick show of force, and then one of them decided to hit Big Bill, which was a bad mistake.
Bad idea.
So, and then it was made official that you're going to have that title match at Dynasty. New tag champs?
No.
I don't think so, although I would like to see it.
I would too. I would love to see those two as tag champs, but wrong time. Right guys, wrong time.
I think them losing to the Hurt Syndicate gives the storyline wise the good out for them to break from Jericho.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
agree.
probably the best result that we could have hoped for.
Yes. Agreed.
Speaking of results, there's a lot of results that's going to happen here. So the Owen Hart is coming in hot. Starting at Dynasty, and brackets were announced tonight, Jamie. All right, I have them both in front of me here. So let's start with the men. So you had on the west, whatever. On the left side, you got Will Ospreay going up against newly signed Kevin Knight. Did you see Kevin Knight's debut last Saturday?
I did. I watched the replay of it because I recorded it.
Yep.
Dude, I kind of knew of him, but I never watched him. And like, he's right up your alley. He is 100% up your alley. I like him.
Oh yeah,
I do.
Flippy spinny shit. He's out of the LA dojo for New Japan. He was in the juniors. I think he actually won the IWGP junior title at one point in time. He may have. It's hard to tell. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of like the LA dojo guys, they kind of all run together a little bit. But you know, I like this way. It kind of goes with the trend of what they've been going on here, and kind of the push of Will Ospreay, the push of Jay White. You know, they're not necessarily just going for whoever WWE releases and putting them immediately to the top, right? They're building sort of, you know, from stuff that deals more with New Japan. Because I think AEW has found, and reports, by the way, I don't know if you saw this on the Twitterverse this past week, but apparently reports are saying that combined viewership for Dynamite's been averaging over 1 million with the combined streaming and live, which is good.
That's impressive.
That's what reports are saying, apparently. But it's just I like the distinction. It's more of that kind of not trying to be a copycat WWE, but taking more of some of their liberties with their Japanese counterpart, which I do enjoy. So they have a first round match. Put a pin in that. And then on the other side of that part of the bracket, you have Brody King versus Konosuke Takeshita.
Yes, please.
I mean,
that's all I got.
Jamie just wants to watch that on repeat, right?
I mean, there's only one other match I really, really want to see, and that's on the women's side. But yes, please, put that in my eyeballs.
Now, Kevin Knight took the spot of Jay White, who was jumped and injured so bad he's out of the tournament from the Own Hart Tournament.
He's legit hurt. Fightful Select just confirmed it.
Okay, I was going to say, I didn't know if you had heard if he had a real injury, and they just, okay, that does make a lot of sense then.
Yeah, Fightful did.
Okay. God, he keeps getting hurt at the worst times.
He's out of surgery.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You hang out damn cold too much, maybe. Jesus. On the other side of this bracket, you have Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher. Okay. And then Hangman Adam Page versus the always fun wild card. Who's the wild card?
Darby Allin. Without hesitation. Darby or the loser of the World Championship match, Jon Moxley.
Ooh. I like Darby Allin. I think Darby Allin's the better answer.
It just makes sense.
It makes sense. Okay. All right. So very early, the winner of this is going to go to get a title shot at All In. They begin on Sunday, like I said. Real quickly, do a quick pick 'em. Who you got? Who's taking it home?
Will.
I think it's Will.
I mean, it just makes so much sense. Because I mean, like he's already said that he's going all in for the championship, and this is the way he confirms it.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing that I love to see is Hanger. You know, I think story wise, the way they're shaping things up, Hanger. But I agree with you. I think it's probably Will's to lose, 100%.
Yeah, I just I love Will, and Will's gonna have a championship, but like with everything that they're setting up, I kind of want to see Swerve Hanger 3. You
At
know,
the biggest stage ever, right?
but
Yeah.
both of us faces. That would be just even better.
I would tear the house down. I mean, well, we got plenty of time to figure that out, see what's going on with that. The women's side, okay, fully announced, no wild cards. You have Jamie Hayter versus Billy Starks. So, yay, Jamie Hayter's, you know. On that same side, you have Thunder Rosa versus Chris Statlander. Okay. And on the other side of the bracket, which has been confirmed, is going to be a match at Dynasty. Julia Hart versus Mercedes Moné.
Yep.
Interestingly enough, the other side of that bracket is your favorite, my favorite, everybody's favorite, Harley Cameron versus Athena.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I know you are very excited as I am. You know, Athena's now, you know, going in the motions here, right? Are you a little surprised that she is not on the opposite side of the bracket from Mercedes Moné, though?
No, I think that makes it even better.
Okay. All right.
And that's why I'm excited. This is the match I'm excited for, because obviously Julia Hart's gonna lose. Obviously Harley Cameron's gonna lose. Love them both.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But then you're setting up for Athena Mercedes. Athena's gonna win, and it's gonna piss off Mercedes. Like this is how you get that title match.
This is how you get.
And then she's gonna end up losing to Stat in the finals.
He's gonna be Stat. I think it might be Hayter in the finals.
You know, I'm okay with that too. Not even gonna lie.
I mean, they didn't. I don't want to say they botched her return, but they didn't do the greatest justice for her on her return in, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah, no, I agree.
Her newer gimmick is just not really catching on. I think it's a good time to reset because Jamie is a star. I think she's been in the back long enough. The rust has fallen off. And I think Jamie and Tony, that's a compelling main event.
Oh, yeah.
Main event. Fun. I said that could end the night at, it won't. I mean, but, you know, you got an argument there. That's a real good. Okay, I like that too. I like the thought too, Jamie, because then Mercedes can eat that loss and it doesn't hurt her at all, right? She doesn't lose the title. She doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Well, so that is the women's side. That's the men's side. We will be following along. So like I said, you have Julia and Monet are at Dynasty, and also at Dynasty is the Kenny Knight and Will Ospreay match.
Yes.
But they were tag team partners going up against Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. So
that was fun. That was fun, man.
Yay, flippy spinny shit.
It was fun. I won't say it's great. It was fun.
I mean, it was for flippy spinny guys. You had no doubt. I mean, Blake Christian, unfortunately, is relegated to a fact of jobber status in AEW pretty much. So,
well, he gets wins on ROH all the time.
Yeah, which is what he's there for, and that's fine. And again, you know, it was a good fun match, and then of course you have them, you know, face off. So that's going to be a fun match to watch, though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, I agree. I completely, wholeheartedly agree with that deal.
So FTR had a promo earlier in the night where They showed on Saturday. Dax, again, going ape shit. He attacked Paul Turner, the referee, after the match. And then he went after and he pushed down Cash. And again, he's sorry. He talked to Tony Khan, and he, instead of paying his $10,000 fine to Tony, he's paying it to, Paul. Tells Paul to go buy his wife something nice, which, hey, I'd like $10,000 if you're doing this. Let's just go. And the whole time Cash is not looking at him. And, I mean, this is the worst hidden heel turn I've ever seen in my life. It is just... we're going to be together. We're going to do this. But after Dynasty, we need to talk. It's like, oh, come on, man. It's like, is this any of this necessary in your... I mean, this is...
Yes, I think it is. I think this is how you get that clear separation from Edge or Cope, sorry. And you get them doing their own thing. And the best way to get FTR away from him is to do what FTR does best and be heels. They are some of the best heels in the biz. I love them as faces, don't get me wrong. They're great faces, but heel FTR is the best FTR. And that's not just because I only like heels. It's just a matter of they are just that good. And it just makes sense. And yes, is it the most obvious thing that's happening? Now they're trying to say they're going to split him. They're not splitting.
No.
Everybody knows Cash and Dax are always together.
I mean, do you think it's going to happen at Dynasty? Because I'm leaning more towards that. I think Cash is going to be the one to
Dynamite. The Dynamite after officially.
Yeah, I think so.
Like they side together after, because they're gonna lose.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as much as we want to get the belts off of Death Riders, I don't think the trios belt being on the Death Riders waist is a bad thing. Because, I mean, it's a trios belt.
Yeah.
They did announce the full card, or the mostly full card for Dynasty. So you got the world title match, okay? You got a trios match. We talked about that. You've got Toni Storm versus Megan Bayne. There's that. We have the two Owen Hart matches, Will versus Kevin, as well as Mercedes versus Julia. You do also have a TNT title match.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that one, actually, a lot. That match could steal the show.
I was just going to ask you about that. So, and the stipulations, because they've been fiddling around with this on Collision for the last few weeks with sloppy endings, outside interference, time limit draws, all this stuff. So no time limit, no outside interference. Adam Cole versus Danny Garcia. I hope this does not get pushed to the 0 hour. I really do.
It shouldn't. I mean, it's got enough legs on it. It doesn't need to do that. I think if anything, this will elevate Daniel Garcia, because I don't see him losing. I just don't. I mean, I could see them wanting to put a belt on Adam Cole because it's Adam Cole, and the only thing he's really known for right now is just boom. That's it. He's pretty boring. If they turn him heel, perfect. If they leave him babyface, keep that thing on Daniel Garcia.
I think turn him heel if you want, with this, but use this as a way to actually get the Adam Cole you signed, you wanted to get when you had him there. You got the right partners now. You have the Undisputed, back together, right? Sans the Kingdom, so you've got the right sort of makeup for the group. Are you recreating what they did in trying to recreate what they did in NXT? Absolutely. Is that a bad thing? No. Because that was
what everybody wants to see.
That's why Adam Cole was so popular and such a big get. So turn him heel, give him the belt, have him do some shady shit, whatever, and then unapologetically, have that belt. I am all for that. 1,000%.
Yeah. See if they do it, though.
We'll see. So Mercedes did have a promo. They talked about how there's going to be a match on Saturday that's going to kind of very similar to the Will Ospreay match. So it's going to be Julia Hart and Athena versus strange bedfellows all around versus Mercedes Moné and enter puppet stage right, Harley Cameron.
No, I got so excited as soon as I saw her. That made me so happy when I was like, oh, make this happen.
And she tried to come up with names for their tag team and all this. It's just Harley Cameron, God bless you. God bless your soul so damn much.
Yeah, the money wrath or whatever.
Oh God, the money wrath train of something ridiculously long time. Quick promo with Samoa Joe talking about how they're going to beat people up. It's I don't know. I really didn't.
It's fine. You know what? Give Samoa Joe something to do, and I'm happy. Yeah. As long as Hook doesn't talk, I'm fine. That's like the number one thing.
Yeah, true that. But who would have thought Tony Schiavone's number one thing is the big meat matchup?
He was excited about that meet.
He was really excited about that. Lance Archer versus Brody King. I mean,
it did not disappoint either. That was a lot of meat and two good wrestlers.
Very, very excellent match. Very enjoyable match. I even enjoyed the Don Callis cosplayer and how Don went over there to ridicule him at the beginning of the match.
Yeah, that was great. He got up really close to him and whispered something to his ear. And I walked. I'm like, dude, that's so perfect. That's so Don Callis.
So good. So good. I mean, this all just supports Austin's, wants and desires. And if Tony Khan is listening, a birthday wish, give us that super heavyweight division called the meat division, meat championship, giant steak on the front of that belt, man. Let's do it. Let's go.
They already have enough.
I mean, everybody loves a big meat matchup. I'm going to start using that all the damn time. All right, so the main story of the night, though, amongst all this, it did it better. The overarching story of the night was Mox and Swerve.
Yeah.
100%. Intertwined
that was it.
Throughout the entirety of the show. So they began the show right into the mixed tornado tag match. Very important distinction. Let's talk about that match first of all, because God damn it, I love that match so much, Jamie. I mean, I love it, especially with Marina's being up and doing the scratchings on there. Just Mox keeps teasing he's gonna hurt Willow, but then backs off or something happens, right? So I love that kind of intertwining you had there, and everybody was great. Everybody was great in this.
No, this match. I had pretty good expectations just because one, I love Willow Nightingale, and what Marina's been doing is like absolutely perfect for her. So I was like, okay, this is gonna be great. Maybe this gets set up a match just between the two of them on Dynasty is what I thought was gonna happen. That didn't happen, but it's okay.
It's okay.
Those two stole the show. Like This was my match of the night, hands down.
Same.
Like you can't mess with it. Like everything was great.
I love the game of chicken where they had Mox had Willow in the Death Rider or the paradigm shift hold, and then Swerve lifted up Marina to do his like spinning power bombing thing whatever, and I love it. They're kind of staring each other off like who's gonna hurt whose female partner, and Marina's just sitting there saying, "Do it." Do it!
I know. Do it. She was totally doing.
And they didn't. They caught at the very end. She goes, "Do it, you fucking coward!" Just like, oh my god. I mean, adds to the aura. Table spots, left and right. But it was good. It was real good, and it ended with Willow getting the pinfall. So. I like that it didn't involve Swerve or Mox, right? So we don't have to worry about the guessing game of who Willow gets the pinfall, and then immediately after the match, Mox comes in, Death Riders, Willow Nightingale, and they just fucking leave.
Yeah, he hits her with that paradigm shift, and it was great because like before he was like, "I'll be your Huckleberry," like he wanted that hit on her, and just then he comes back and just paradigm shifts her. Well,
Oh,
well
so
done.
good. And gets that good heat walking out. So later on in the night, there's an update on Willow's status, which is really just a chance for Swerve to say that he is going to get his hands on Jon Moxley tonight. Not Sunday, not in Philadelphia, right here in Peoria, Illinois, tonight. Okay? So fast forward a little bit later, the main event of the night was Cope versus Claudio. Okay. As far as Cope's matches lately, not his worst. Claudio looked fantastic like he always does. It was a side piece of the match though. It really it's fine. It was whatever. Cope gets the victory though, and that's not the story though, unless you want to talk about this match at all, Jamie.
The only thing I want to talk about with this match, Cope looked old.
I know.
Like that was my number one thing I got out of this match. Like ever since he came back from his ankle injury, he has definitely not been the same. And you put him in with the absolute right dance partner who can pace with him and do everything. Like it's not for lack of trying. Like Cope is doing great. He's doing the best he possibly can.
I mean, he's in great shape for
He's
his
just
age.
not
Yes.
as nimble as he was, and it's okay. It just I felt like it kind of got a little exposed just because of the outlandish pace of the entire show.
Oh yeah. And it's so weird because before his ankle injury, Cope looked like looked like peak, right? He looked like he did at his peak when he was, in WWE. But that time off, it's gonna get you. It's gonna get to everybody eventually. So, that is what it is. As I said though, that wasn't really like the main attraction of the ending. So then we go backstage for another medical update on Willow, which we never got. So God knows she might be dead. I don't know. I have no idea. She's not. Chill out, people. Immediately devolves into Swerve, and he's fighting with Prince Nana again, and he storms off. He tells Renee, "I'm going to find your husband." I love the fact they don't hide they don't kayfabe it all the way too. We know that they're married. Okay?
Yes.
I enjoy that so much because it's like, don't lie to us, right? But anyway, so she goes, which leads to my moment of the night, Jamie. Oh. As he's storming down the hallway, guess who comes out from behind him from the curtain? One Mr. Hangman Adam Page. And the face-off, which you may have slightly predicted, slightly.
Lightly.
It's not fully realized yet. Just bear with me.
Okay.
But comes down here. You're wasting your time with these Death Rider bullshit and all this stuff here, this and that. I made a promise. I swore you're never going to get this, and to which they actually have a back and forth. And he yells at him, "You broke into my home." To which Swerve says, "You burned down my home." And Hanger's like, "You deserved it." To which Swerve says, "I know."
And that even caught Hanger off guard, which I thought was perfect.
Full stop by Hanger. You what? He's like, "I know." And they had a moment of levity there before Hanger leaves him to be.
Mm-hmm.
So are you sitting on your throne very, very proudly right now? Because it does appear as though that door has opened for the possibility of what you said. He will get involved, but not in the way that everybody thinks, basing his words, but he will get involved to help Swerve win.
Yes. I feel vindicated. I feel just a constant always being right is never wrong for me. You know, it takes a lot of work to be right this much.
This is what I have to live with, people.
I mean, let's just count it down. Let's just count it down what I've been right on lately. I called KU losing the first round. I called MU losing the first round. I called
that wasn't really a stretch this year. Let's be honest, okay?
but I called both of them.
You did.
Obviously, I called this. Let's see what else have I called. Let's talk about wrestling. What have I called lately?
Oh Jesus.
I mean, obviously, I called the swerve piece. I've called the breakup of the Acclaimed. I called somebody winning a championship. I called somebody winning a championship, and everybody thought I was crazy. I can't remember who it was now. Daniel Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So, I'm just saying.
Well,
I'm not perfect.
The door is definitely open. So he made the point again. He's a man of his word, and his word was that he would never let Swerve be the champion again. But that door is open, it seems. It should make it very interesting this Sunday, I'm gonna say, no matter what. You don't have Hangman. You don't have Hangman scheduled on the pay-per-view, but he's absolutely going to be there in some capacity. And either the reason he wins, or I think it's black and white. It's either the reason he wins, or it's the reason he doesn't win. It's 100% Hangman.
I think Hanger is going to help him. I've been saying that for weeks now, and after tonight, I feel 100% vindicated and ratified, and no more sure ever. Like a Mark Stradamus stamp. Like, go out and bet on this match.
Which, there's your stamp right there.
Thank you.
Which makes me go back to the Owen again, because again, all fingers point, all signs are indicating Will Ospreay, right? That is the easiest pick you've ever had. That's picking Duke to win the whole thing, right? That's the easy pick, right? Right. I actually picked Houston.
Yeah, they've been struggling a little bit. Duke.
Well, they play nasty defense. Nasty
they do.
defense.
Trust me. Anyway. I'm in the Big 12, dude. I know.
You know. But that's just the thing. It's like you got Hanger right here, man, and he's in that tournament, and it just Hanger Swerve. All in Texas, which, by the way, I didn't realize it's a 2:00 Central start on Saturday.
Yeah, they made a whole bunch of changes. So AEW this week made a ton of changes. So one of the big things, like one of the WrestleManias, they pulled out Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor or whatever.
Yep,
Supercard. They moved Supercard.
Supercard's in May.
Competing.
Yep.
Yeah. So it won't compete anymore. Same with they moved Collision, and then the counter program of Saturday night's main event of they recountered it and put All In at 2, which I think is absolutely great. Like being in the day. That makes I like that. I like seeing wrestling in the day.
It's very interesting, Well, it's not going to be outside out. I mean, remember, this is Saturday in July in Dallas. Thank God thank God. Well, I was down there early July a couple years ago. It was 104 degrees the whole fucking weekend, man. Okay, there's a roof on that baseball stadium. Thank the Lord God Almighty. So there's that. Because 2:00 on a Saturday afternoon in Dallas in July, F that. But very interesting, what they're doing with that. So, but actually, if you look at the week build up, they have they kind of did the whole pitch. They have Wednesday Dynamite in Dallas. They have a live Thursday Collision. Okay, then they do Starrcade. Is Friday and Saturday, right? Or Thursday and Friday, whatever. Yeah, Thursday and Friday.
Yeah.
Wednesday and Thursday. Friday night is Death Before Dishonor in Dallas, and then of course at the Rangers State ballpark is Saturday afternoon. Just very interesting. So, boom. Well, Swerve does eventually get jumped by Jon Moxley after Hanger parts ways. And him and the rest of the Death Riders beat the living crap out of him, throw him through a plate glass window, drag him to the ring. Wheeler hung back for a second because he was getting all the glass, and he pours a little bucket full of glass in the ring, and they power bomb him into it. Leave him to do his best Undertaker. I mean, Swerve is AEW's Undertaker. You've been in the casket matches. He does like the sit up after he's been like. This is not the first time he's done this, right?
He's done the whole physically fit. Like, he is ridiculous.
It's true.
He is a specimen.
True, but just sits up with glass coming out of his back, and that's your go away image. Ready for Dynamite. Dynasty.
Dynasty. Yeah, I think that right there kind of sealed it for me, especially with everything. It's like, he's winning. There's no way. This is the time he wins it. And will we actually see the damn title? Who knows? He's going to win the
That's not going to be the secret question this time. Okay. Yes. I don't even care if the belt's actually in there. That's fine. I don't even care anymore. I would love.
So old and boring.
I know. I would love to see it. He opens it up as a shard. It's just a bunch of plates and stuff, and then out comes Tony Khan with a brand new title. Right? 'Cause that'd be cool. You know. Do I think they need a new title? No. I think the belt's fine.
I thought they had the prettiest belt in all of wrestling. Currently, it's no Winged Eagle, but it's pretty.
It's not
sexy.
It's not. It's no Winged Eagle, but maybe we'll get to see the belt again. So, all right. So that leads us into Dynamite. So as you guys know, anybody who's been here for any sort of time, we definitely always pick our pay-per-views, and our current champion is also celebrating his birthday, although he did some nefarious backstabbery things this last pay-per-view with another member of the dais here. So will evil triumph yet again, or do the good guys in green come through? And by good guys in green, I mean me.
There's only a few things in this life that are guaranteed: death, taxes, and JJ losing a pay-per-view.
I have video evidence of me winning several times over the past couple years.
TNA doesn't count. But ever since we've had this belt, this specific belt, you've won once.
I won it twice, I thought.
Once.
No, I've won it twice. I wasn't given that belt from you guys, even though I won it that second time. Austin kept it in Wichita and refused to ship it up to me. Okay. Mm-hmm. But I won that belt twice.
Yeah. You know how many times I've won it?
So we're going to move on and talk about some other things here tonight, guys. No, we will.
I'm not calling my shot. I'm not calling my shot because, FWO's family. So if he wins, I win. We all win. But I will say this. I will tell you this. No matter what, the FWO will reign supreme. The Faulkner World Order is just too sweet.
This is 1998. I mean, literally, it's like the NWO keeps adding people to it, right? They're growing beyond their means. And I'm just waiting for my Georgia Dome moment to come through, get that for the good of all that is right and holy in this world. It will happen. It will come.
Austin was my Hulk Hogan. So Megan and I were Hall and Nash. We were the outsiders. And then here comes my Hulk Hogan without the racism. Obviously.
Are you sure? Are you sure you're not at the point where he's your Virgil, he's your Conan now? Maybe. I mean, how far deep are we into the lore? Is he your Steiner?
No. We got. I mean, I got more members in the house, but only
exactly
3 participate. 3 participate. 3 forming members
in the house. I know for a fact. No, I'm not going to go to that fact. I'm not going to go on that road. That's a spoiler. All right, so. we will see next week. So join us in. We will find out who the new champion is. Does Austin retain? Does it stay in the FWO to another one of these, Faulconers over here? Or does it come over to the side of good and righteousness in professional wrestling pay-per-view picking? We shall find out.
Well, if that's the case, good never wins, bro.
Hey, see, JD loves heels so much. This is the thing. He's always he loves heels so much. He has turned himself in these. Okay, all right. Now he's getting me worked up here. That's all right. We're gonna get there.
like good and righteous. This is like, well, good should win more fucking often, dude.
Hey, Cody fucking Rhodes. There you go, man. Right there. Boom. Suck it.
All right, fine. All right. Cody Rhodes then. All right, this is how this is gonna go. This is how it's gonna go. Well, let's have a little side bet.
Okay.
Once the FWO wins, you must acknowledge me on this show next Wednesday.
What do I get when I win?
The belt. I mean, that's kind of obvious. I'm just saying, if the FWO wins, the FWO wins, the greatest faction on this show, you must acknowledge me. But in some odd, crazy circumstance, you win, you get the belt. It's easy as that. You slayed the dragons.
Some crazy odd circumstances, meaning if you just win, right?
I mean,
because if you win, you get the belt as well. Is the thing.
But the FWO wins. If I win, the FWO wins. If Megan wins, the FWO wins. If Austin wins, the FWO wins.
So you want extra from me? You want extra from me if any of you win. But if I win, I get the same thing that the winner gets no matter what.
Correct. And bragging rights. Come on now. You gotta understand. How confident are you in your picking? Are you willing to acknowledge?
I'm very confident.
Then this isn't.
I'm willing to acknowledge you. Are you willing to eat crow and congratulate me live on the air when I win?
Well, that was gonna be a given.
Well, we never know with you, Mr. Heel. All right, you're on. Bet.
I feel like it's only fair.
We shall see. Georgia Dome moment. Let's go. All right. Yes, that makes me Goldberg. I know. That makes me Goldberg. I understand that. I don't care.
Yes.
All right, Hulk.
Listen up, brother.
I mean, what we're talking about. All right, let's move on to other things.
I'm not Hulk. Like I said, I'm more Kevin Nash.
Oh, you're going Kevin Nash. Okay, all right.
And Megan Scott Hall. Actually, I'm probably more Scott Hall.
No. Megan's got to be Scott Hulk. She's the bad guy.
She is the bad guy. She's your bad guy. I mean, literally, when we do these picks, I don't care if I win as long as I beat JJ.
Welcome to my world, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
That's so great.
All right, so we'll have picks. We'll have results next week. Austin will be back as well. So we shall see who the new champion is. In the meantime, speaking of champions, there've been a lot of moving around the belts over on the other side of the fence in WWE, specifically North America. So Shawn Spears has been the North American Championship for a little bit here, right? Successful defense though at the last pay-per-view that they had, right? Or premium live event. I don't even. Half of them are on TV, half of them are pay-per-view. I can't keep it straight, but whatever. Their last big event they had, right? Already had a title match against Ricky Saints this past week, which I actually caught, and really good match. Did you catch it at all?
I did actually. I got to watch a little bit of it. I didn't get to watch all of it, but I did catch the recap and got to see the Rochambeau and all that good stuff.
So Ricky is your new North American champion. Of course, immediately attacked by Ethan Page. Yes, this all has a very big AEW flair to it, but hey, let's get past that, ladies and gentlemen.
I was more surprised with the NXT crowd doing the Tony fumbled chant.
Yeah. I mean, did that really surprise you though?
But they're not wrong in the same. I mean, like, I understand the tribalism's a thing, but Tony did fumble Ricky. He definitely fumbled Ethan. We both were really high on Ethan, and there just wasn't enough room back then. Now with how they're doing things, would they probably be in a better spot? Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
But because where the hell Scorpio Sky right now?
Scorpio's nowhere.
Catering. You know, I'm just saying, like, they're not wrong.
You're not wrong. I mean, on the other hand, though, and WWE fanboys will even admit this, I've had them admit it to me, WWE fumbled Swerve.
100%.
And others. So, I mean, is it true? Yeah. It also was a choice because you had the same person. You had Daniel Garcia and you had Ricky Starks. He went with Daniel Garcia, basically.
I don't know if they're the same person because one has way more personality.
They're the same position.
Oh, yeah.
2 men, 1 position. You had to pick. It was a pick 'em, basically, is what he did, more or less. And he picked.
Yeah. I mean, so AEW, yes, they fumbled that. But WWE fumbled Tony Storm. They fumbled, of course, Swerve. That's easy. They fumbled FTR.
Oh, yeah. Uzi Hot.
Yeah, like, I mean,
Miro.
I could probably keep going. I mean, yeah, Miro's going back to WWE.
He's going back, which is good. Yeah. Which is good, you know.
But they fumbled. I mean, both of them fumbled him. Like, I'm not even gonna say both of them have fumbled him.
But here's the funny thing: they both had good moments with him. Remember, Miro rode a tank into WrestleMania to fight John Cena, for God's sake.
And he also had sex with Lana in said tank.
True. And they're
back together, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're back together again. I actually read a really good story about him, about how they were getting back together, and was it her dad or her uncle or something? I think it was like her uncle, right? Her grandfather, right? He was like nearing the end, right? And so Miro, he actually wheels him to a bar where they can have a beer together before he dies, basically.
Yeah, I mean, they went to a whole bunch of places together with him. Yeah,
it's just such a good guy. But yeah, good on them. Good on them. Actually,
he's a great human.
I'm glad they worked it out. But no, and that makes sense. You know, Alistair, Malachi, Tommy End, however you want to go there.
Well, Alistair re-signed.
He is re-signed, but you know, and they fumbled him. They had good kind of motion in AEW, and they fumbled him as well. You know, but he's so unique. It's
yeah, and I cannot wait for the fanboys when they see Ray Phoenix, they're gonna say AEW fumbled Ray Phoenix and Penta. Like, dude, they were multiple time champions. They were all over. They were just ready to move on. And honestly, it's okay.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at them.
That's what it is. Yeah, they didn't fumble them. Just AEW didn't fumble Jade Cargill either. They made Jade Cargill.
Yeah, she
just won.
AEW makes stars. They can, man.
And that's
both guys, both sides, like people. They got people.
Yeah,
people. You have to understand.
People. Yeah,
people make mistakes, and just because WWE made him into something doesn't mean that AEW didn't do it. And if AEW makes him into something, it doesn't. Like, it just happens. Like, people get over with different people. It's okay, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay for people to be successful in different companies.
It's just like when your player goes to another team, you know, Kevin Durant goes to the Warriors and he's the worst. He wanted something different, right?
Yeah. And he won like 3 championships.
Well, that's something different. I mean, not saying Oklahoma City won't ever win a championship, but
it's like, you know, it's a team who thinks that they're a quarterback away from being a Super Bowl contender and they get Aaron Rodgers.
We haven't gotten Aaron Rodgers yet. Okay. Here's the most fucked up thing.
I'm sorry, I love you, but you are not a quarterback away.
No,
You have a lot of other holes.
We do have other holes. Here's the thing. I'm at the point where don't sign Aaron Rodgers. Just throw Mason Rudolph out there for God's sake. What's the worst that could happen?
Sucks for next year because then you can get Arch Manning.
I know. If we could
That's what I would do.
Yeah. And we got all these. Fine, keep them. Sign TJ next season to a big old deal. You got DK signed. You got George Pickens. You can you got people in place. Get to the point where you can actually get a quarterback and not have to do this bullshit every year. But no,
just suck for Arch Manning, dude.
No, their pride won't let them. I miss Dan. Dan Rooney, senior. anyway. But no. So Ricky wins the North American title. Instantly, Ethan Page attacks him, setting that up big thing here. On the women's side of things, so Stephanie McClure, double champion, but NXT, even back to the days of like the black and gold, very famous for not really rolling with the double champions for too long, right?
Yep.
I mean, Keith Lee, he had to relinquish, right? So that is very much what they do, and keeping par for the course. Stephanie McClure relinquished the North American title, women's title. On their next premium live event, they're going to have a 6-woman ladder match for the North American title, which brings back very fond memories in this young boy's heart, Jamie.
Yeah, I mean, there was one pedophile in it, but other than that, it was an amazing match.
Don't even worry about that. What I would still argue is the best takeover from the takeover days. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be wrong. That's what, New Orleans?
That was New Orleans, yep.
Yeah. I can't. Oh, yeah, you can't mess with that one. That one was amazing.
I mean, it was
top to bottom.
Yeah, Johnny Gargano, and oh my God, it just everything about it. But that ladder match, one of my favorite ladder matches in modern memory, right? The ascension of Adam Cole as the champion, and yes, there was one pedophile in there. We know. Okay. But that's all right. It was still an amazing, amazing time. And I say, we'll see what they're going to do with the women. So women's 6-person ladder match for the North American title.
My money is on Sol Ruca.
I would like to see that. She's been getting a decent push, but I'll have to see her.
But she's in a tag team with Zarya, which I am also a huge fan of Zarya. I love her. I love her presentation. I love everything about her.
Yeah.
But so that might eliminate her. So it might be Jada Parker. And honestly, that might not be a bad thing. She's kind of over right now.
You think Jada Parker? You think maybe I don't even know who they're going to put in it necessarily. Because Jordan Grace, I feel like Jordan Grace is more aimed for the world title or the NXT title picture than the North America. But
I think it'd be a good start for her, though.
I don't think it'd be bad, to put her in that,
Yeah.
At least have her in the match,
Yeah, I mean, she's just a mountain of a woman, She's just a mountain. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
I feel like somebody who's a little bit more agile. I hate to say it that way.
They generally do better.
I don't remember. When's the last time a big man or big woman has won a ladder match? I can't remember. I don't think they have.
Jordan Grace did win Ultimate X once.
Dude, that doesn't count. It's TNA. You and all 7 other people watch that.
I haven't watched TNA God knows how long. But still one of my favorite matches. Hey, but it's still, you can't deny what that match is. Let's be honest. Okay.
I know.
So talking about flexibility wise, I mean, you got Fallon Henley. They'll probably have back because she was the previous champion. So she'll probably be in it again.
Maybe Gigi
potentially. Maybe JC. They want to push JC Jane finally. I don't know.
Cora maybe. Cora Jade. I can see
Cora. I can see Cora. In it. Yeah.
It's about time to put a belt on her. She hasn't had one yet.
Yeah, and she's been back long enough now. I think it's time. So
yeah, She'd be a good dark horse.
I mean, the good thing is like they have so many options on their roster, and I know Austin wasn't
Deepest
really
women's roster in wrestling, dude.
I know Austin wasn't fond of it because he said that it was the same person like cloned 18 times, and he's not completely wrong. I don't know. They have a lot of interesting depth at NXT. Are you any more excited for WrestleMania now that you have officially CM Punk ending the show one of the nights?
So excited.
I did appreciate the moment where they had wow. Heyman, they had Paul Heyman go over and actually like hug him and tell him that while they're doing that. That was actually really cool. But
it wasn't his favorite though, which I thought was the best.
True. So, all right. Anything else you want to talk about?
Wrestling wise, Mina Shirakawa officially finished up in Stardom today. She lost to Makai. Sorry. Ooh,
Sure.
that was almost bad. Because originally I want to call her like Makai, and it's like Makai. So she lost to her. Had a really fun spot that I know JJ you'll enjoy once you see it. I'm not gonna get into details. But there was some fondling that happened.
Ooh yeah.
But so she's
no idea
officially
what you're
finished
getting
up. She's on her way to AEW. I would expect to probably see her maybe as soon as next Wednesday, if not definitely the Wednesday after.
Yeah, because I don't think you really have. I'm just thinking off my head if you have a reason to have her in Sunday. And you really don't. Yeah, that makes sense. Next couple weeks. I mean, I feel like they're going to do the focus on the tournament here.
Yeah. I don't know. It'd be good to have her come out, though. Be a part of something. I know Mariah's still hanging around, so like Mariah might be coming back doing something.
Yep. I don't mind them.
Yeah,
And somebody mentioned this on social media, and I don't disagree with this at all. I like the idea of taking your young future stars, right? Like Mariah May. They had mentioned Mariah May and Kyle Fletcher. Now they obviously haven't done this Kyle Fletcher, but I like the idea. You know, they just had a big push. The whole thing, big story ended, right? Pull them off for about a month, right?
Yeah,
let them
cool
recover,
off.
let them do all that, cool off, so you can then build them up in something else in the future. WWE's done that for years. It works. I'm a big fan of them doing that because I think that preserves Mariah May, and you don't have to like rely on the crutches you built around it. You can give other women a chance to build their stories up too. So,
yeah, and Mariah May is exceptional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's this weekend is Dynasty. Next weekend, if you are not doing anything Saturday evening, I highly, 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 highly recommend getting your booty over to Leavenworth, Kansas. Beautiful downtown Leavenworth, Kansas, to watch the man to my right begin his in-ring career. Yes. He is going in a triple threat match. No, he's not.
Damn, Skippy. Line tamers on everybody.
He's going to do a double tamer. All right. One with each leg. It's going to cause traction. No, Jamie is going to be ring announcing at the next HCW show here in Leavenworth. Woohoo! Let's go.
I am. I'm officially the ring announcer for HCW here in Leavenworth. I'm really looking forward to it. Looking excited for the opportunity, obviously. But everybody, if you're in town, local, just come on out. Like show me some love and go watch some really good wrestling. Like they have a lot of young talent there. A lot of people are semi-familiar with or not familiar with at all. But there's some really good wrestling there, and I enjoy it. I'm just trying to convince one of them to do a lion tamer for a win, though, for me.
Please do it when I'm there. I will try. I don't know if I'll be there at the very beginning, but I will be there. Yeah. Whenever I get off of work, I will be there with bells on to see my man get up in there and do that ring announcing. So if you aren't doing anything a week from Saturday, it's a great little venue that they have there. Really nice venue, downtown Leavenworth. Excellent place to go watch some wrestling. So, and the nice thing that he does whenever they could do, they don't go super late, right? So it's not like a 4 or 5 hour like slog, right? So
yeah, it's 6 to 9, nice and easy, in and out, man.
Tight 3 hours. Get in there, watch a little wrestling, be home, watch the by the time watch the news if that's your flavor or whatever. So that's what we got going on here. We got more local wrestling coming up here in the following months. We don't have any further announcements yet from Found City Pro, but I believe tickets are on sale already for their next show. I expect we'll get some announcements here very soon from Chase and his gang over there. As soon as we know anything, we will let you guys know for sure on that. But as always, support your local wrestling. Anything else, Jamie? I know you had today's did start with a little sad tone.
It definitely did. We lost an icon in the cult movie industry, and Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer was obviously in one of the Batmans. Actually, he was a pretty decent Batman.
He was a solid Batman. I will fight anybody for that.
Yeah, but obviously known as Iceman in Top Gun. My most memorable role of him is obviously Doc Holliday, and Tombstone is the only Western that Jamie actually likes, because I'm not a Western guy. Fun fact. They find them incredibly boring, and Unforgiven is definitely not. And
that stands alone. I mean, that's kind of like saying Johnny. Like, I don't like country, but Johnny Cash. It's like, yeah, it's
Johnny Cash isn't country. Like, that's the thing. Like, in my opinion, Johnny Cash isn't country.
Right, exactly. He's not. He's Johnny Cash, and the same thing with Tombstone. So.
Yeah, and then like one of my favorite movies growing up as a kid was Real Genius. I know everybody really liked him in Willow. Willow was great. Don't get me wrong.
I love
Willow. A Real Genius.
I love Willow.
Mark loved Real Genius.
I loved Willow. I thought one of his best roles, personally, was as Jim Morrison in The Doors.
Yeah, The Doors. Yeah,
because you know me, I'm a big music guy, and I loved The Doors. Like in my college years and stuff, right? You know, because I was a big Zeppelin guy, but right after that, Doors were not far behind on my, Doors, Pink Floyd, right? I loved Morrison, and his portrayal was just chef's kiss. So good.
You looked almost exactly like him.
Nailed it. So, yeah, so rest in peace. Great actor. Like, even in Thunderheart was slept on too, man. Like, he's got a lot of good stuff. Like, yeah,
I might go down a rabbit hole if I get rained out for softball this weekend. If I get rained out, I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole.
And I'm trying to remember, what is the one that he did where he was the strain? No, it was where he was like he had all those disguises he did in that. What was that?
Saint?
The Saint.
Don't you worry, I got that pornographic memory.
Absolutely. I know you would know. That's why I was like, all I had to do is get close, and Jamie will get me over the finish line there. So,
for sure.
So I know not wrestling related specifically, but still pop culture. It was great was lost here. So rest in peace, Val Kilmer. And rest in peace to the Faulkner World Order after I take that belt back this weekend. We will have our picks next Wednesday. Come join us. Same bad time, same bad channel. Find out who won that title. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you guys giving us some of your time. We will see you again next week. Jamie, take us home, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, JJ will be acknowledging me next Wednesday, but you also know, if you're not down with Total Spotfest, I got 3 words for you. Happy birthday, Austin.
Hey. All right, guys. We'll see you next week.
Peace.